With Christmas right around the corner, traders are hoping good old Santa Claus drops a present in their portfolio. The only thing is that a lot of these traders wake up to see coal under their tree. From a six-figure gain in Burlington coals to a director getting $55 million from Netflix, losing it all in options, his wife divorcing him, and now he's suing Netflix, we're gonna go over the most diabolical trades of December. Patreed Lou is a member of the WallStreetBets subreddit who made the following post. You may not strike it rich, but at least you can break even. He includes a screenshot of his portfolio, which shows he's up 138% for the month, and has finally turned his all-time chart from red to green. After years of consistently losing, he managed to rack up somewhere around $15,000 in losses. After this lucky month, he recouped that loss and is now up almost $900. He says he's done with options and wants to begin investing in a more traditional way. I'm Schmacked 21 is a Reddit user who has an insane monthly gain chart on Robinhood. For the past month, I'm Schmacked has made just over $16,000, which equals to be a 1,600% gain. He says, mostly puts timing the top with 0 day till expirations. And it doesn't end here, because looking on his Reddit account, we can see that 5 days after this, he shares yet another crazy screenshot. He bought SPY puts that blessed him with a gain of almost 140%. Which is just about $13,600. The market value of these contracts is $23,500, so assuming he didn't go completely all in, his total portfolio is probably worth somewhere around $30,000, which is pretty insane considering it was worth less than $2,000 just a month before this. JWW2124 is someone who got pretty nasty gains with Snowflake. With this stock alone, he has made nearly $400,000 over the period of just 7 days. He says, hate the cold, but love the snow, plus 368K. He seems to have a pretty monstrous portfolio, because scrolling on his Reddit account shows you multiple six-figure gains. Stock Ocean is a Reddit user on WallStreetBets, but we're not going to talk about a specific gain that they got. Stock Ocean says, Netflix director loses $11 million trading options, makes $20 million trading crypto, ... Carl Eric Rinch was a director of Netflix's eagerly awaited sci-fi series, Conquest. Netflix gave Rinch a budget of $55 million for the show, and to this day, this show is nowhere to be seen. All thanks to WallStreetBets. Initially, Rinch didn't really know what to do with the $55 million, so he began rushing through it. He would then put $11 million into his own personal Charles Schwab account and proceeded to lose millions in a few weeks trading Gilead Sciences stock. At this point, I could imagine Rinch was pretty worried. Netflix gave him $55 million to produce a highly anticipated series, and he just has nothing to show for it, not even the money they gave him. This is where Rinch taps into his WallStreetBets way of thinking and decides to deposit $4 million into a Kraken account to buy Dogecoin. Rinch has wasted millions of dollars. His future depends on the one and only Dogecoin. Lo and behold, Dogecoin would go on an insane rally back in 2020, and Rinch cashed out nearly $27 million. Rinch, quote-unquote, borrowed $11 million and turned it into this insane amount. So overall, he didn't actually do so bad. The only thing is that, well, this $11 million was not meant for trading Dogecoin and penny stocks. It was for the production of the series. Rinch allegedly spent about $9 million on extravagant purchases like designer clothing, 5 Rolls Royces, because why would you only need one, a Ferrari, a $380,000 watch, and luxury furniture. This information is only known because after all of this happened, his wife wasn't too happy and she wanted to get a divorce. She hired a forensic accountant and all these details came to light. This isn't the end of it either, because at the end of the day, there is no series produced, Wrench's wife divorced him, he seemingly misused some funds, yet he did get a 6x gain with Dogecoin. Feeling a little bit bittersweet from the whole situation, Wrench decides that he's sick and tired of everyone. Yeah, he may have borrowed $11 million from Netflix, but now he is the one suing them. Wrench says that Netflix breached their contract and he's demanding $14 million from the company. Netflix sees this as an attempt to extort money, and they aren't really going for it. I gotta be honest, this is definitely one of the best Wall Street Bets moves of all time. Considering he got his money in a pretty fishy way, in my opinion, it makes his $27 million Dogecoin gain even crazier. ThirdLegatron is someone who shared this screenshot to Wall Street Bets about a year ago, along with the caption, "Account gone." ThirdLegatron went all into Tesla puts and got wrecked. His portfolio fizzled out with GameStop calls and more Tesla calls. In total, he experienced a nearly $30,000 loss. Fast forward a year, and he's back. He returns to the subreddit to let us know that he's been working 2 jobs, and he currently has about $2,000 to YOLO. He wants to know, WTF do I do with my newfound wealth? He makes 6 to 8K a month, working 6 days a week, and says he's pretty much ready to retire. He's done with the rat race and wants to know how he can 10x his money. Don Corleone sums up ThirdLegatron's story pretty well. Made easy money, gambled it, and lost it. Worked hard for more money, eager to gamble it and lose it again. Yeah, it's safe to say ThirdLegatron isn't all that safe when it comes to finances. DarkPassenger is a Reddit user who posted the following to the Wall Street Bets subreddit. Scalping 0 day till expiration, 100k gain done till year end. ... maybe. DarkPassenger shares 2 screenshots. The first one shows a pretty good play on QQQ. He got puts that expired the same day, and luckily, he ended up profitable. A 15% gain isn't anything too crazy for Wall Street Bets, but DarkPassenger really takes it up a notch in the next screenshot, because we see he's up 784% just for the week. With a $114,000 gain, this means he started the week with less than $15,000 in his account. This is already insane, but one day after this post, DarkPassenger would return with not an actual 20-bagger, because I withdrew 30k, 100k today, and 200k in a month. This screenshot shows a nearly $100,000 gain, which is just over 94% of his portfolio. Over the past month, he's up over $193,000, which is almost 2,600% of his portfolio when you account for the $30,000 withdrawal. When asked about his strategy, VisualMod would inform everyone that it was a gamble, but I had faith in my ability to predict the market. DarkPassenger would confirm that statement. LeeBombed is a member of the Wall Street Bets subreddit who shared the following. Best day of my trading life. Bought $441 calls expiring 11/17 at close yesterday. Sold throughout the day for a $270,000 gain. LeeBombed bought 500 SPY contracts that totaled him $128,000. If CPI missed, LeeBombed would have been in some hot water. Luckily though, he ended up profiting 270k instead. Playin' with Monopoly Money is a Reddit user who shared the following screenshot along with the caption, 10k Tessiboo. Playin' with Monopoly Money achieved a nasty $9,500 gain for the week, which is about a 2,060% gain. After successfully being a professional reguard at the age of 18 and losing all my money at the time during the pandemic, Tessie Babe gave me all of it back. Quickscoped the bottom after the 5% drop and rode my 3 contracts from 142 to 2365 for an insane 1,665% return. Playing with Monopoly money would sell these calls and lock in his gains. He still has shares in Tesla, but he hasn't given us any other updates. So hopefully he didn't lose his gains trading risky options. Trying to time the market may not always work out for people. One thing that seemingly always works, though, is claiming sign-up bonuses. Thanks to our sponsor bankrewards.io, they make it easy to find and redeem sign-up bonuses for a variety of different banks and brokerages. I mean, look, Moomoo and Chime offer over $100 and 5 free stocks for simply transferring $300. Let's be honest, that's basically free money if you're willing to sign up. That's all for our sponsor. If you're interested, check out the link in the description. NikSkin is a member of the WallStreetBets subreddit who shared the following screenshot along with $527 to $30K in 2 weeks. This user was originally down $1,500 for the month, which was 73% of his portfolio. Luckily, he turned things around and managed to nearly 58x his money. This was done through a mix of SPY 0 day till expiration, 1 day till expiration, 2 day till expiration, and weeklies. When asked about whether or not he cashed out his gains, NikSkin responds with, "I actually did. It feels weird." Perfect_places is someone who began trading on Robinhood in May of 2020. With $250,000 in his account, he was probably pretty excited to make some money. Unfortunately though, things started falling apart pretty quickly. After trading weekly options and betting on earnings, Perfect Place's portfolio would be drained to only about $62,000. This was just over 72% of his portfolio, and he had only been trading for about 2.5 years. Perfect Places was done trading weeklies and betting on earnings, and decided it was time to stop burning through his money. With Coinbase, SoFi, and Etsy, Perfect Places was able to miraculously grow his portfolio by just over $164,000. Perfect Places has now recouped all of his losses and is now up $2,300 all time. Vibe@Zero says, maybe don't put your entire account into weekly earnings. Literally zero size management. Perfect Places responds with, "This is Wall Street Bets." Joey Sell is a member of Wall Street Bets who has a portfolio that is extremely rare to see on Wall Street Bets. Joey does not invest using options, but this doesn't even matter because he's up just over 51%. With nearly $82,000 in his account, Joey says, "Felt good to share my W. Stocks only for the win." Joey says he has all of his money in Google, Amazon, and AMD, with 50% of it being in Google. Joey is still a college student, so it's safe to say he's doing pretty darn good for someone his age. He admits that he lost $4,000 on ICLN calls on his mom's account a few years ago, but he used his own money to make up for that, and obviously he has made much more than that at this point. Demon Goddess is someone who shared the following screenshot along with the caption, "100K in a day." She's up 21.48% for the day and says that this year has been fire. It gets even crazier because for the past year, she has a gain of just over $434,000, which is just about 270%. When asked about her trading strategy, she says, "Lol, I just YOLO, dude. If I was this good all the time, I would be a hedge fund manager." According to her, she doesn't even trade options, so it makes this 270% gain even crazier. Some people would question where her original money came from. Sure, she has about $600,000 in her account right now, but that means she still had about $160K a year ago, which is obviously a pretty sizable amount of money to have sitting around. According to her, she lives a cheap lifestyle, and this money originally came from a smaller investment. She says, "I don't feel like it's my money. Since I don't really withdraw, I feel like it's not real money, in just like a video game or something. People are astonished in the comments that someone can make such a large amount of money and not want to spend it. Demon Goddess says that she grew up really poor and she's afraid to go back to it. She's happy without needing luxurious things and thinks it's because she never had them in the first place, so she can't really miss them. Terminally Chill shared the following screenshot to WallStreetBets, along with the caption, "After losing it all on Alibaba, Walmart bringing me back from the depths." Terminally Chill shows an insane 613% gain for the day, which is about $111. According to him, his due diligence included him going to Walmart and thinking about how much better HEB is. Terminally Chill is still down $38,000 for the past 3 months and has some work to do if he wants to break even. Order Top 3873 was shocked that Terminally Chill would buy puts on Walmart, but Terminally Chill says that he simply strapped on his helmet and risked it all, not really caring much after losing the $150K on Alibaba. MNT Oak shares the following screenshot to WallStreetBets and says, "Guess where I started playing options? 62K to 6K. They say the first one is free, and that definitely seems like it was the case here. After making what seems like a 5-figure gain, MNT Oak would go on to consistently lose money every day. The positive thing is that MNT Oak paid off his truck and credit cards after the first profitable gain, so at least he got rid of some debt that he would have had." Tempo Anon 6364 is a member of the WallStreetBets subreddit who says 80% win rate ain't bad. $55 gain with Tesla, $5 gain with Ulta, $13 gain with Etsy, $40 gain with Square, then a $13,000 loss with Square. Some_current 1841 is a Reddit user who shared the following screenshot along with the caption, "I'm starting to think I might not actually be good at this." With only $6.44 sitting in his account, it's starting to look like it's over. 99.99% all-time loss and over $70,000 down the drain. I think he may need a new investing strategy. I Won Everything is someone who seems to be a fan of Burlington. With an almost 100% daily gain, I Won Everything is able to indulge in a $151,000 profit. I Won Everything says, "I like shopping here. Bought calls that expire in December yesterday for $720 a contract. Sold for $22 even. Taking applications to be your wife's boyfriend for the week." I Won Everything noticed that luxury brands were down, so more people would be shopping at places like Burlington. Also, the stock was close to its 52-week low, so he decided that getting calls on the stock wouldn't be such a bad idea. Mr. Switchit is a WallStreetBets member who shared the following screenshot, along with SQ calls plus 100K in 1 month. He purchased calls with a $45 strike price that expired next June. This was a relatively safe play, and it definitely seems like things worked out. Mr_lonely_ shared the following screenshot to the WallStreetBets subreddit and says, "Thanks WSB friends. Hi friends. Today I sold my June 24th $480 calls in Netflix for a 20% return. And with that, I've managed to save enough cash to fully pay off my mortgage. Just wanted to say thanks to everyone on the sub for the laughs and advice. When I started in July with options, all that I knew was that you can lose 100%. Smiley face. I've managed to turn £7,000 into £24,000 since July. Yes, it's not a 1,000% plus return, but I'm not sorry to disappoint. I only focus on US tech and monthly leaps. £24,000 sterling equals just over 30,000 US dollars. Mr. Lonely seems to be doing pretty well, and it's good to know that he'll be able to pay off his mortgage. He says that he also coded a day trading bot, but he admits that the bot is not performing so well. Panasysma shares a few screenshots with us and includes the following caption: Meta, $121,000 gain, plus 211%. Without using any options, Panasysma was able to achieve a 211% gain for the past year, and managed to get in Meta at what seems like the absolute bottom of its dip last year. Panasysma says, first time back in the green at plus 20k in 7 years after YOLOing, and promptly losing all of my life savings into mankind circa 2015. Sold Meta and would like to say I've learned my lesson, but the regard is strong here, ... After making a pretty sour investment years ago, it's nice to see that he's been welcomed back with an extremely monstrous gain. AdventurousCost 591 is a Reddit user who came to WallStreetBets with some pretty sad news. Lost most of my savings on Nvidia calls. AdventurousCost is down almost $32,000, but just a day before this, they were up 10k on the position. AdventurousCost says, went all in on Nvidia calls for earnings, was up 10k before earnings, so I sold 1/3 of the calls. Earnings went to shit, and I woke up with a 30k loss. Doubled down and bought some more calls expecting a comeback. Lost another 5k in minutes. My luck has finally ran out, and I'm never touching options again. I'm going to Vegas instead. If he had only cashed out a day before this, he would have secured a 5-figure profit. But as we can see, FOMO really stabs us in the back sometimes. Trader 2021 is someone who shared this screenshot to the WallStreetBets subreddit. Finally broke even year to date. Another screenshot shows us that he's up over $26,000 just for the past month. This seems like a pretty wholesome and positive post, but when we take a look at the third screenshot he shared with us, we see that he's actually down 85% all time. With over $150,000 in losses, some users would tell Trader 2021 to cash out and leave forever. But we'll see how things go over the next couple weeks for him. Ordinary Course 3254 is a WallStreetBets member who has recently lost half of their life savings. I started trading on September, and at the beginning of November, I lost 50% of my savings, which is decent amount, 100,000s. Some people here advise me to use prop firms, and I did that. I met an account manager, and he suggested to buy 5 challenges, and actually he was just a scammer and ended up with blowing up 2 accounts of them. Now I have to manage the challenges myself. Today I was doing well, but it ended up with losing 5k from the balance of the challenge. I feel I am so exhausted, stressed, and worried to fail again. It's very hard to give yourself hope. Then you get disappointed again with every trial. My losses stress me so much, and my failures stress me too. If you have any advice, please share it, and thank in advance for guys who will offer accounts management. It's not an option for me now. Ordinary Course has actually made an appearance on the channel before. In November, he made a post to Reddit stating that he lost $230,000 in only 3 months. It's been a few weeks since then, and it doesn't seem like he's been able to recover that so far. Doing the math, Ordinary Course still has over $200,000 left, so it wouldn't be such a bad idea to just let that money sit in an index fund. But Ordinary Course trades Forex, not stocks, so there's no telling if he'll ever be able to make his money back. Sackify is someone who really believes in the company AMC. He's also someone who trades stocks on Cash App. A few weeks ago, Sackify would throw $30,000 into AMC shares. The company was down over 12% for the day, so he decided it was a good buy. A week after that, AMC continued to fall in price, so he threw another $11,000 into shares. Over the past week, AMC has fallen nearly 10% and is currently worth $6.80 a share. This means he is now down over $6,000 and has lost about 15% of his investment. Mathematician Hole 29 is a Reddit user who shared the following screenshot to WallStreetBets, along with the caption, "My mom's Christmas bonus and weekend pay. Gonna surprise her on her birthday." In this screenshot, we can see that Mathematician Hole has purchased 629 contracts of IWM calls with a strike price of $210. He has already lost about 7% of his mom's money, but IWN is currently trading at $178. If the stock doesn't jump 17.6% over the next month or two, then these calls are going to be worthless. It may seem reckless for Mathematician Hole to make these trades with his mom's money, but a month before this post, Mathematician Hole would share the following screenshot along with, "My dad let me borrow his Lexus 2019. Sold it, gonna buy him a 2020 instead." Surprisingly, these calls actually worked out and were in the money by the expiration date. Let's see if Mathematician Hole blesses up his mom the same way he did with his dad. I'm Schmacked 21 is a Reddit user who we've actually already covered in this video. I'm Schmacked 21 has given us some breaking news and has updated us with the following post. Lost all my gains from 0 day till expiration on 0 day till expirations. I'm Schmacked 21 is down over $17,000 for the past week, which is just about 75% of his portfolio. He includes another screenshot that shows he managed to make his way up to $32,000 at the peak of his trading spree. You all called it out on my last post that I'm gonna lose it all. Well, congrats to you, regards. I did. For my final play, all-in SPY calls expiring today since Charlie died, and for him to rest in peace, markets need to rip. I'm Schmacked 21 shows the dangers of 0 day till expirations, and he also shows that you can lose it as fast as you make it. Potato111A is a member of the WallStreetBets subreddit who shared the following screenshot along with the simple caption of 4,000%. Potato111A was able to rack up an astounding gain of over $254,000. Just like the caption of the post says, this is more than a 4,100% gain. Starting the month with only about $6,000 in his account, he was able to amass more than $250,000 with the help of CleanSpark, Nvidia, and SPY calls. I, Yummers, made a pretty good trade myself. On November 11th, I posted that it may be time to buy some PDD. Over the next 2 weeks, the stock went up 33%. On the day they reported earnings, it peaked at being up almost 20% for the day. I discuss stocks that I think have potential on my Patreon, so make sure to check that out in the description if you're interested. Diamond D is a Reddit user who seems to have some sort of advanced trading strategy. He's up a whopping 2,300% for the week and has over $2,700 in gains. He says, "My strategy is simple. I buy weeklies every day. Normally, they expire worthless. But today, cheers." He's definitely right about these weeklies normally expiring worthless, because he shares another screenshot of his portfolio over the past year, and that screenshot is not looking so great. He is down over 56% even with his recent gain. More interesting than the loss, I think it's pretty insane how consistent he is with losing money. This line looks straighter than a ruler. Huge shout out to Miguel Hazler for subscribing to the Diamond tier on Patreon. Make sure to join if you want to see what stocks I'm looking at.